What's going on, y'all? It's been a minute since I've been on location, but however, same rules and regulations still apply. You know, shout out to everybody who been on the journey of getting to know themselves, a journey of reawakening, a reconstruction period. Today I had in a way, it's like I had my heart broken all over again, right? And it really threw me off, right? It really threw me off. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. If the ones who know, I just like to be transparent. I might not share all details, but I just like to be as transparent as possible and just as honest and open as possible, right? So it's like I had my heart broke all over again today. And it wasn't, when I say that, right, it's not that yeah, I did lose something, right? I did lose something. However, I was already aware that it was gone, right? I still had hope that I still, had ties to it, or it was going to go the way I had in my mind, right? Like, I made a post about it. What got me out of it is I had to change my mind on how I look at it, right? It wasn't a heartbreak because, why wasn't it a heartbreak though? That's a good question. I'm gonna have to sit down with myself and ask myself that. However, I call it heart reconstruction, right? Because my heart's still good. I'm still solid. I'm still great, right? I'm still filled up with love. However, some emotions just, throw us off. It just have us in a rut that's kind of hard to pull ourselves up out of. I was able to pull myself up out of it, which is why I call it a heart reconstruction, because it's not that I was broke down and defeated. It's like I just had to change my mind about it. I had to reinsure my heart of why losing what we lost was a good thing, right? Because I released it, right? I released it knowing that it's okay. I'm going to have, it's better ahead, right? Somebody told me that the grass ain't always greener on the other side. However, my belief says the grass is green wherever I decide to water it, right? I said the grass is green wherever I stand, and that's just cold hard. That's honest to God truth. Like, whatever I decide to put my energy into, put my pure loving energy into, that's what's gonna flourish into something beautiful, right? Some things might not be meant to be. However, who's to say it's not? Whatever I work on in endurance, right? I came to the conclusion. Y'all know I be all over the place. Just stay with me. Roll you up a blunt, smoke some. Just stay with me, right? I learned that this journey of life that I'm living will never be over. Like, I came to that conclusion already. Like, I reinsure my mind and my heart of this all the time. Like, I never stop putting in work to achieve higher higher consciousness, higher knowledge, wisdom, a better body, whatever it is. Like, just building myself up to be the person I want to be. It's a never ending journey. I came to that conclusion, right? So therefore the word endurance, right, or endure, that word was placed upon me before I even came to that conclusion, and I just couldn't shake that word. Like, y'all ever like, it's like, y'all ever notice that something was always there? Like, y'all ever notice something was there all the time and y'all just didn't know why? That's what endure was for me. Like I just kept seeing it. It just stayed on my mind. It stayed in my heart. When your heart and your mind connected, that's when you could really tell what signs from God is. Like, that's when you really get it, right? And when I start to get it, like, no, I'm enduring. Like, I gotta have, I get to, God bless me with endurance so I can go through whatever it is. I can do whatever it is I want. Why? Because I know on the other side of that, it ain't nothing but blessings. Even in the midst of me going through it, it's a blessing, because I'm trucking through it every time. Y'all remember I believe it was 2011, it was a big ass snowstorm. That's when people start putting chairs and tables outside to save their parking spot. You feel me? We really was the first ones on the block to do that shit, but that's a whole nother story. But That was that year when people started doing that, right? Like, some people were still outside getting through it, trucking through that shit, right? That's how I look at life. It's like you gotta be willing to go through anything at any time, whenever, wherever. You see what I'm saying? For you to get to where you trying to go. If it's that important to you, you could be like fucking and just change your mind and go to something else. But when I know I want this, I know I want $1 billion, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get $1 billion. You feel me? My spirit and I know I'm a billionaire in my heart, right? However, we in the physical realm, it takes time. You know, we gotta apply time to certain shit. We gotta apply, you know, this 3D shit to certain shit. I know for a fact though, big billionaire, right? Let me go back to what I was talking about. So the reason why endurance was placed upon me is because God knew he got something special. I know he got something special for me, but it's not just to be handed to me like, here, you know, this for you. Like, nah, you wasn't focused. You wasn't putting in the work for real. You wasn't genuine and sincere about a lot of things in your life. So guess what, Mike? You gotta learn all this shit over. You gotta go through things to secure that in your heart. You know, you gotta build yourself up to be this real nigga you proclaim yourself to be. You feel me? Because we know, you and I know, this God talking to me. He telling me, you and I know, you know you really him, right? Show me. Show me. Don't just be talking. Just show me. Like, you know, and that's what my endurance is. That's why I was blessed with endurance, so I can show God, myself, the people around me that we can do whatever it is that we trying to do in life, right? Probably lost it. Just stay with me though. I'm gonna come back to it. Man, sometimes God really just want to see what we willing to do for the blessings that we want. You know, the things that we desire, the things that we seek. He wanna see that we willing to do whatever it take in a righteous way to get what we want, right? Once he see that, he, oh yeah, hell. You battle tested. You ready. You know, you on your way to greatness. You already walking in greatness because you simply just being that person that you know you can be. You being Christ-like. You being righteous. You being a upright, independent feelings. You ain't letting nobody play on your mind. You got your own mind. You connected with yourself, and you know the truth. Right. So here you go. I'm gonna bless you with this. I'm gonna bless you with that. I'm gonna still throw my little tests and shit up in there, but you know, you've been building yourself up and armoring yourself. You know, people that play Call of Duty, you know, you gotta put them plates in. I'm putting the truth in my heart, putting the truth in my mind, and that's what I'm living and walking with, right? So now he can trust me with these blessings. He could trust me with these riches that he don't give everybody. You see what I'm saying? And I know I started this shit off talking about heartbreak. However, this is where my mind is now. Why? Because I did things to build myself back up, to reassure myself. I had to reassure myself that everything was beautiful, right? The world is a cruel place. It can be beautiful if you allow it to be. I heard a nigga say that shit, and that shit true. Because sometimes we'll sit up here and be like, nah, man, the world hate me. Why these people treat me like this? Why? No. You know, the world is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. Once I change my mind, I'm not talking about this just me talking, you know. This just me talking about what I peeped and what I became aware of my life, you know. I can't sit here and say everybody gonna be like this or everybody gonna move like this now, but this how I move, this how I think, this what I see, and when I see certain signs, it's like okay, you can know something, but if you don't fully understand what it means, it's like, how can you apply that to yourself? How can you apply it to your life, right? I can know that, okay, like, taking care of my kids, right? I'm gonna use my kids for example. I can know, in a way, I can know that, okay, being there and taking care of my kids is the right thing to do, right? Everybody knows that's the right thing to do for a father to be in his kid's life, right? However, I seen my father not be there for me, right? for whatever reasons, you know, we not blaming him or putting the blame on him for anything, but he wasn't present throughout the whole time of my life, right? So as I grow up and have kids, now I'm like, okay, shit, this what my daddy did, so this is what I'm gonna do, because I'm not fully aware that that wasn't the right way to be, right? To me, that's just what is. That's just what it is, right? So therefore, I'm gonna take that on and do it too, because I don't feel like it's wrong, right? I feel like, okay, that's the normal. You see what I'm saying? The example, my examples just be all over the place, but you see what I'm saying? Like, you may think like Chicago niggas. For some reason, Chicago niggas just think beating on your woman is the way to be, right? Everybody know a nigga who be beating on their hoe. You see what I'm saying? So that's the normal to niggas. So that's what they gonna do, right? Not knowing like, nah, player, that ain't even the right thing to do. But you can't tell them that. Why? Because that's normal for them. They witness their mamas getting treated like that. They witness their aunties, their sisters, they whoever getting treated like that. So therefore, that's love, right? That's love to them. You can't tell them that it's not love, right? You can, but it's like it's not clicking for them because they don't understand why that ain't love. Like, this what I seen my whole life. This is what I thought would be true forever. So you gonna smack me in my face and just tear down my whole reality, telling me that that's not the right thing to do? It's like that shit. Like, that's popping a motherfucking bubble. Like, damn, and then you just expect me to be okay with it? Like, nah. One thing I learned all over the place. Once again, just stay with me. One thing I learned is that when you want to stop doing something, you have to replace that. I find it beneficial to replace that with something good, right? So when I fast, right, when I feel myself, when I know I don't want to eat, right, I know I don't want to eat, those times I do want to eat, I replace me eating with praying and journaling, right? I'm gonna use that energy because it's just energy. Like, it's really just energy. I came to the conclusion to be like, hunger is just an emotion. It might sound crazy, just, you know, just stay with me. But however, hunger is just another emotion that we feel when we deprived of something. We deprived of food. You know, we don't have food, so we hungry. If we don't feel the presence of love, we feel lonely. You see what I'm saying? So to me, that's just me. You feel? That's just me, right? So I'm gonna replace a habit. Not that it don't matter if it's good or bad. I'm gonna replace this habit with this habit, so it just won't be an empty void to be filled with whatever may seem like the right thing to do, right? So I found that beneficial. You feel me? Y'all should try that shit. Just see how it go. You know, this how it go though when you set your intentions correctly, right? Because once I felt how I felt earlier, like, it was about like almost 2 hours ago, like I started to do things that was beneficial for me in my journey. Oh, I got up out of that. You feel me? And like I said, this journey will never end. The pain will never end. Like, it'll always be something that'll make me feel some type of way. This just me. It'll always be something that rubbed me the wrong way. Or it's not that it's not even that. I guess I do take it personal, right? However, I know how to get myself out of those things. Sometimes it may be harder than others. Sometimes it might be a little easier, right? That don't mean that it didn't bother me, or it didn't rub me the wrong, or it didn't leave a scar on me. You see what I'm saying? However, I learned that if I tap into my endurance and my willpower, I'll be able to do really whatever it is I'm trying to do. I'll be able to pull myself up and just stand tall and who I know I am, who I know I'm being, right? And just continue on with my journey. You know, that's really all I gotta say, man. Y'all keep taking care of y'all self. Hey, peace and love.